Welcome to the quiet little corner of YouTube called Brother Owl's Garden. I'm Brian and I honor your presence here today. So, earlier episodes in the beginning of my channel, I posted a few videos on how to chant certain mantras, whether they be Sanskrit or Aramaic, whatever. And today I wanted to revisit that and teach you a Sufi Kalaam from the Sufi tradition. Kalaam just means a chant or a mantra. And this one is in the Punjabi language. And it's just such an incredibly beautiful sentiment of the heart and the soul. And the melody is also very beautifully done, and I think that you're really going to enjoy it. And even if you may choose not to learn it, you still will benefit by having it playing in the background while you're going about your duties around your house or whatever. And it's just a beautiful Sufi Kalaam, and it's called Mere Saheba. Mere Saheba. So the first thing I'll do is, first of all, it was written by a very renowned Sufi poet named Shah Hussein. Shah Hussein. Very passionate soul in love with the divine. Just enraptured is a better word. This kalam embodies the enrapturement of the merging into the divine. That's why it's so beautiful. The translation of the words in English is this: "O dear Master, my beloved, I am yours now. Never forget me, never leave me alone, my beloved. With all my heart I surrender to you. Do as you please with me, I take refuge under you. If you grant me your grace, all my worries vanish." Now, you know that anytime one language is translated into another, it's never exactly perfectly precise in the imagery and intention of the words, but that is the closest translation that I can get. And so what I would say is that this mantra, this chant, this kalam, Sufi kalam, is about, as I said, the utter bliss and enrapturement of dissolving into the divine. Now here are the words in Punjabi, and then I will try to play the track with you. Please note that in the description I've given all the lyrics and also 3 links to different versions of this kalam that you can choose from as you prefer. So, Mere Saheba, Mere Saheba, veme teri muki manun na vesaareen, menu mere saheba, gallo veme jhuki jupa metu raku peyareya, jupa metu raku peyareya, damanu tere veme luki jetu nazeru meheri balin, jetu nazeru chardhu chobare veme sutti. And by the way, for those who might remember my little kitten Jhuki, I actually realized before she was mine, after the first time I saw her, she was located in the apron pocket of a store clerk in the local shop that I was picking up some things at, and I saw her in the pocket, and I just, "You're coming home with me." But it wasn't my cat, and I couldn't, act that way. But I asked them, "Does that cat have an owner?" And they were like, "Not really." "Why? Maybe do you want it?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let me think about it." but I realized it was already done. And when you know, cat owners, you just know when that recognition is set, it's done. So I went home and I was actually chanting this particular Sufi Kalaam because I do love it personally. And when I heard the word jhuki, gallo, veme, jhukian, they spell it with kind of a J, jhuki, and I ended up spelling her name Chuki. Jhuki. But when I heard that word jhuki, I said, that is the name of the kitten. And I didn't even know if it was a female or male. I didn't even know. But I said, doesn't matter. That's the kitten's name. And whether I ever bring that kitten home or not, I have to go back to that store and tell them that her name is Jhuki. It's not I'm naming her. It is her name. I've recognized that it is her name. And 2 weeks later, she was with me and happily ever after. So let's repeat one more time so that you can hear without any of the music the pronunciation of the words. And it repeats a few times in the way that they do the kalam, but you'll hear that. Mere saheba, veme teri ho muki an, manun vesaareen, mere saheba, gallo veme jhuki an, jupa metu raku peyareya, jupa metu raku peyareya, damanu tere veme luki an, jetu nazeru meheri balin, jetu nazeru, chardhu chobare veme sutti an. So let's see what happens when we play it.
Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri muki an.
And then it will repeat.
Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri muki an. Manun vesaareen, mere saheba, manun vesaareen, mere saheba, gallo veme jhuki an. Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri muki an.
It's like a lullaby for the soul, really. Medicine. Next verse.
Jupa metu raku peyareya, jupa metu raku peyareya, jupa metu raku peyareya, damanu tere veme luki an, damanu tere veme luki an. Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri jhuki an. Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri jhukiya.
You got me with the jhuki there. It switches. Next verse. Everything tends to repeat twice, but it takes time, you'll get it.
jetu nazeru meheri balin, jetu nazeru, jetu nazeru meheri balin, jetu nazeru, jetu nazeru meheri balin, jetu nazeru meheri balin, chardhu chobare veme suttiya, chardhu chobare veme suttiya.
Chorus.
Mere saheba, mere saheba, mere muki.
That time only two.
Mere saheba, mere saheba, veme teri muki. Mere saheba.
So I think
Mere
that you
saheba,
get the idea,
mere saheba.
and I just wanted to run you through the pronunciation of the lyrics of the Kalaam. And for those who are accuracy perfectionists and all that, which I generally am, please keep in mind that the lyrics that I've given you in the description below are phonetically transcribed to the very best of my ability. It has nothing to do with how anything is actually written. Well, Punjabi is not even letters anyway. So what I've done is I've written it, think of it as Latin, the same as Latin. What would this sound like in Latin? So when you're reading it and hearing it, it will be the best representation possible as phonetically transcribed that I was able to create. Do listen to the 3 links below to choose which one is your favorite. I think the one that I just played is probably my favorite. That is a much more meditative version of this Kalaam. And I highly encourage you to look into the wisdom and passion and rapture that Sufism contains within its practices. I think it's a very, very beautiful practice. And I don't know a whole lot about it, but what I have experienced and learned about it is something beautiful. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson in Mere Sahiba, and perhaps it could become a part of your library.